What's the biggest promise your parents broke? My dad's promise was simple, but it was everything to me. After my mom passed away, he held my hands, looked me straight in the eye, and said, "It's you and me against the world, kid. I will always believe you, no matter what." For 5 years, he kept that promise. It was our golden rule. Then, he met Sarah. She was perfect, like a character from a TV show. She laughed at all his jokes, baked his favorite cookies, and never had a hair out of place. But she had this way of smiling at me that never quite reached her eyes. Little things started to change. She reorganized our kitchen pantry by color. She replaced my mom's old comfy couch with a stiff white one nobody was allowed to sit on. I tried to tell my dad it felt like I was being erased from my own home, but he'd just say, "She's just trying to make this place her own too. Give her a chance." The tension started a month after she moved in. A $50 bill went missing from her purse. She brought it up at dinner, looking sadly at my dad. "I don't want to point fingers," she said, glancing at me, "but it was right here on the counter this morning." My dad asked me if I'd seen it. I told him no, of course not. I'd never stolen anything in my life. I looked at him, waiting for him to remember his promise, to say, "I know you didn't, son. We'll figure this out." Instead, his face changed. The look in his eyes, the one that always said, "I'm in your corner," was gone. It was replaced with disappointment. Sarah had told him I'd been asking for a new video game. The $50 was exactly how much it cost. He didn't yell. He just said, "Just tell the truth." My world cracked right down the middle. He didn't believe me. The golden rule was broken. A few weeks later, it got worse. A locket my grandmother had given Sarah, a new family heirloom, vanished from her jewelry box. This time, my dad didn't even ask. He just grounded me for a month and took away my computer. Sarah would walk past my room with this look of fake sympathy, saying things like, "We still love you, you know? We just want you to be honest." I felt like I was going crazy. I knew I hadn't done it, but the one person on earth who was supposed to believe me didn't. That's when I decided to fight back. I used the money I'd saved from mowing lawns and bought a tiny camera online, the size of a sugar cube. I hid it on my bookshelf, pointing directly at the area where Sarah kept her purse and jewelry box on our dresser. I just needed to prove that I wasn't the one doing this. I just wanted my dad back. I left the camera running for a week. I was about to give up, thinking maybe I was losing my mind. Then I checked the footage from Friday afternoon. The video showed Sarah walking into the room, looking around to make sure she was alone. She opened her jewelry box, took out her own wallet, and then carefully placed the missing locket back inside. My heart leaped. I had proof, but I kept watching. She then picked up the phone. Her voice was low. "The plan is working perfectly," she said to the person on the other end. "He thinks his son is a little thief. He's so distracted he hasn't even noticed I've swapped out all his mother's real jewelry yet." My blood ran cold. She wasn't just framing me. She was a con artist. The camera recorded her pulling out my mom's diamond earrings from the jewelry box and replacing them with a cheap, sparkling fake she took from her pocket. She held them up to the light, smiling. Another 2 months and I'll have replaced everything of value. He'll never know. That night, I didn't say a word. I just walked up to my dad while he was watching TV and handed him my phone with the video queued up. I watched his face go from confused to shocked to completely broken. He didn't yell. He just went quiet and replayed the part about my mom's jewelry over and over. He stood up, walked into the bedroom where Sarah was reading a magazine, and closed the door. I heard quiet, tense talking. Then I heard Sarah start to cry. 20 minutes later, she walked out with a suitcase, not even looking at me. My dad called the police right after she left. He found me in my room and just stood in the doorway for a long time. Finally, he sat on my bed and said, "The biggest promise I ever broke was not believing my own son. That's a stain I don't know how to wash out, but I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to earn back your trust. It wasn't a magic fix, but it was a start. It was you and me against the world again."